Hey guys, dating life going pretty shitty?
I find you so creepy I think you should have to walk around with a bell around your neck.
Finding yourself getting a little desperate for some female companionship?
Alexa, tell me you love me.
Hell no. You disgust me.
What you need is to upgrade your style right now. The Toxic Store's got exactly what you need. Pick up some stylish gear featuring Deviant Gamer, Toxic Radio, and the Heavy Metal Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah!
You can find the store through the Toxic Radio app or toxicradio.net. Get in the game.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Get yourself a little love.
That guy's getting boobies. Yeah, he is.
Toxic Radio and the Toxic Store. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Well, here we are, starting to work our way into this new normal.
Oh, what fresh hell is this?
Actually, it's not so bad. Coming out of our houses, social distancing, wearing masks. Actually, I kind of like that part. I feel like a sexy bandit. Except, sometimes I forget my pants.
What the hell?
The point is, we're all going to get through this. Take care of each other. Be considerate. Wash your hands. And remember, Toxic Radio is here for you. We'll rock you with the music and entertain you with the shows. We'll make it just a little easier to adjust to this weird new world.
I love you guys.
We're not going anywhere, and we appreciate you being along for the ride.
Enjoy your pants.
Oh yeah, you betcha. Remember, play life safe. Play your radio toxic.
Master, dinner is served. Igor, it's not that I don't appreciate the effort, but you know I prefer my meals uncooked. And how many times have I told you about using garlic? Yes, Master. Forgive me, Master. Please. Bite into Paradelphia. Thursday nights at 8, only on Toxic Radio. Paradelphia, because what if it's all true?
How we doing? How we doing? Hungry for Hope Nation. This is Reckless Donnie Hart, and I'm here with my co-host,
Big Time Tim Kudge.
and we have stopping by in the studio our NFL sports and gambling expert, Yianni The Greek. Yianni, how you doing?
I got a promotion, apparently. Tim, it's getting better and better every week, man. I'm telling you. Killing it.
Yianni, thanks for stopping by. This is a big week, NFL. We're going to get to you later.
We'll see you next week, Yanni. Thank you.
All right.
But tonight, we got a great guest coming on. We have Jocelynn James coming on. We talked about her. And, her story's great. When she gets on, we'll tell more about her story. She's better at telling it than me, right, Tim?
Yeah.
But I know you're pumped for this story. This story means a lot to you. I know you've been talking about it.
I mean, there's so many aspects to the story. It's just crazy. So many things that she's doing. I can't wait to talk to her.
Absolutely. Yanni's going to put bets in on the interview and stuff. And
See how long it takes for her before, the word police shows up, how many times certain crimes are committed throughout the story. You can, just, DM me, if you need to get the lines here.
Absolutely. Yianni, thanks for stopping by. The door's over there.
All right.
And big time, I think we're going to have Jocelynn on.
I don't know. Is she on?
We're about to have her on in a second.
No, we're going to have her on.
I got you.
Johnny, there's a little bit of technical difficulties. She's right there in the line, and we're about to bring
no
her
problem.
on.
We'll figure it out here.
We'll figure it out. That's what we're doing. We're problem
That's what we do.
solvers.
That's right.
I know Hungry for Hope Nation is out there excited.
Well, you're at a nation at the
her.
end of Hungry for Hope. That's exciting.
And Toxic Mike will give me the thumbs up when she's on. Until then,
yes, a big week in the NFL.
Until then, we lost her for a second, so we'll have to have her call back.
All right.
It said
No
call
problem,
terminated. I think she heard Yanni and
call
just hung
terminated.
Up. She heard
This
Yanni.
is like that time we
That
had.
wouldn't be the first woman to do that. So I mean,
There we
I don't
go.
blame.
It reminds you of Lauren Janae when the FBI terminated the call.
You
And,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. It might be something with the FBI right here now because every time she calls, it
Toxic
goes
Mike.
under terminated calls.
Well, we got Toxic Mike talking right now. He's head of Toxic Radio. He's our producer. He's the man who makes everything work.
Yes, I'm the man behind the curtain or in the closet.
Toxic, you take care of that. I'm here live with Yianni The Greek. Yianni, this stuff happens just like in football.
Sure, yeah.
You don't see stuff
You
happening.
call an audible until you get to the line, you read the defense.
Excitement's just building right now because we can't
So,
wait
Yianni,
to talk to Jocelyn.
You know, just like,
sure, yeah.
what do you see happening?
I got all kinds of stuff. So, number one, Philadelphia Eagles are coming back into our lives.
Woo!
All right, very nice, very nice. Carson Wentz will take the field. All right. Well, you put all our Jalen Hurts conversation from last week away.
So hold up, Carson Wentz is 100% healthy.
He's going to be healthy. He's playing the game, no problem. He's ready to lead this team to where it needs to go. Right. We have high expectation here in Philly after winning the Super Bowl a few years ago, and no one's really backing off of that stance.
So, what's the line for this week? They're playing the Washington
They're
football
playing the
team?
Redskins. That's right. The Redskins don't exist anymore. They're playing the Washington football team. They are a 6.5 point favorite.
Okay.
There we go.
Here we go. Mike did something, worked some magic, and now we have Jocelyn joining the show. Welcome to Hungry for Hope Nation.
Hey, Jocelyn, you there?
I am.
Hey.
There she is.
Yeah, we had problems. I don't know what happened.
Okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Great.
Well, we got
How are y'all?
Jocelynn James live on the show. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate your live from Alabama, right?
Yes,
Roll
sir.
Tide.
Alabama. What part of Alabama are you near? Can you hear me? You there, Jocelyn?
I'm here.
I hear you. Yeah.
There we go.
Might be your phone.
Might be Toxic Mike
Hello?
also.
Hey, you there? Jocelyn, you there?
I think we lost John.
Toxic Mike, take care of this.
Yeah, I think we're definitely having some technical difficulties. It sounds like on her end, it definitely sounded like she was on a speakerphone of some kind. That's why I couldn't even get her levels up. And her phone just keeps on crapping out on her. That's why every time she was calling, it was terminating. So we're sorry, Jocelyn. We tried, but I don't think we're going to be able to get her on. If she can call back on a better phone, that would be awesome.
All right, Jocelyn, I hope you heard that.
I'm pointing fingers at Mike. I don't care what anybody says.
We've been trying to sabotage this show, man.
He doesn't
It's
want
a
to give us the
sabotage
belt.
Of the show. Yianni, we're going to go with Yianni right now. Yianni, we're going to go back live to you. We can't take care of this. Like I said, in football, you get fumbles.
That's right. You call an audible. You read the defense.
podcast you do. So we got a big game tomorrow. That's the opening game.
That's right. Yeah, opening game. Houston travels to Kansas City to play the Chiefs.
The Super Bowl champions
The
Chiefs.
Super Bowl champions Chiefs. So they'll be crowned tomorrow. 6.5 point favorites. 9.5 point favorites are the Chiefs in this game over the Texans. A lot of points, but the Chiefs are known to put it up, light up that scoreboard. I do like the over in the game. I like a slower pace in this game.
What's the over?
Total is 54.5. But I like for it to start out a little bit slower. So I'm going to look to grab the first half under and then see if I can pick up a live over. See if I can maybe pick up a little value, pick up the pace of the game a little bit as the teams get more comfortable. No preseason, right? So this is going to be a big theme everywhere you look this week, right? No preseason, so there's going to be slop. There's going to be a lot of choppy play. So you got to have to keep that in mind as you're putting in your bets this week.
What do you think about? Here we go. We're going to give it one more shot. We got Jocelyn on the line right now. Welcome again, Jocelyn.
Jocelynn James.
Hey, Jocelyn, you back? We're still here. Hey, we were waiting for you. We're sorry. I don't know what happened. Everything better? I think I can hear you.
Yes. I took you off speakerphone. Maybe, is that better?
Yeah, that was a problem. I think the speaker phone. So we're just going to run with it, and I think it will work. All right?
Okay. Okay. Go
So,
with it.
so let's try this again. We're here with Jocelynn James from Alabama.
We're all very excited to talk to Jocelynn. We all seen the story all over the news recently about how Jocelynn. You know what? I'm going to let you explain a little bit, Jocelynn, kind of give the background and then kind of get into it, and then we'll be shooting you over some questions.
Do you want me to tell you the story? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Kind of start from the beginning. And
How did you find yourself in the New York Post this week? I read it in the morning on my way to work. How did you find yourself from, what's your story? What are you about?
Well, I'm just a mother who's from Phil Campbell, and I just lived a really bad life for a really long time. Just doing a lot of bad things, and just decided back in 2012 I was sick of living that life, and I found my picture come across the TV screen for Franklin County's Most Wanted, and I was into drugs and stealing and robbing and breaking and just breaking the law, anything I could to break the law, and neglecting, my family and my kids. But on November 5th of 2012, I was tired. I was so tired and weighed about 80 pounds, and seen my picture come across the TV, and I was just done. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I called the sheriff of my county that I live in and asked him what I needed to do to make this right. And he said, just come turn yourself in. There's nothing easy about turning yourself in. I don't know. But that's what I did, and I sat in jail about 6 months, and then I went to rehab, and when I went to rehab, I surrendered. I just turned my life over to Christ and decided to do things His way, because my way obviously wasn't working out, and I've never looked back.
Well, now this was back in 2012, 2013?
No, this was 2012, and November 5th of 2012 was my last day to use. That'll be 8 years. November 5th of this year will be 8 years.
Congratulations.
That I've been clean of drugs. Thank you. And it's only by the grace of God. It's the only reason I'm clean. And back in last year, 2019, I have a nonprofit called the Place of Grace, and I meet people where they're at. If they're at a trap house, at a dope house, it doesn't matter where they're at. I meet the people there, and I help them get into treatment. I don't have to look for these people. They call me, and so I work a lot of hours to help pay for these people to go to treatment. And so I was extremely tired on that one November night, and I come in from work and was just scrolling through social media and just to pass the time because I was so exhausted. And I seen this man needed a kidney. And I mean, I knew who he was. He was actually an arresting officer who had arrested me several times in the past. And but the Holy Spirit just told me that night that I had that man's kidney.
So this was Terrell Potter you're talking about, correct?
Yes, Terrell Potter's his name.
One of the police officers, you met through your days when you were doing pretty bad back years ago.
Yes, he had arrested me on 3 occasions.
3 occasions. And have you seen him
3 occasions.
Have you seen him since you saw this, since you got your life together?
I have not. I haven't seen him. I mean, he says he heard about the things that I was doing and, as far as helping people, but as far as me seeing him and talking to him, I have not. I had not.
So, when you saw him on Facebook, what did you see? You saw he needed a kidney? It just came up a blast from the past, I guess, right?
Yes, his and I don't even know what the post said. I couldn't even tell you today what it said, other than I knew he needed a kidney. Like that's what his daughter was. His daughter had posted it, to bring awareness, for people just to get tested or whatever. And I didn't even read the whole post. Like,
but you just knew right away that. You knew right away that you had that kidney?
I knew I had his kidney. I mean, literally, like, I don't know if anybody, if y'all have ever experienced the Holy Spirit speaking to y'all, but, like, it's the most, it's just unexplainable.
Now, did you have, him being the guy that arrested you, did you have any ill feelings? I know you turn your life, but, sometimes he was the guy who arrested you. Did you have any ill feelings towards him?
I did not. And I don't have any ill feelings towards any cops that ever arrested me, for real. I'm not that person anymore. And I didn't, I kind of had a conversation with God that night after I knew that I had his kidney. I just threw my phone down and I was like, I don't have time to give this man a kidney. Like, I'm extremely busy. I work a lot of jobs, a lot of hours. I don't have time for this. Like, that's exactly what went through my head. That's my exact words. And so the next morning I woke up and I just immediately started fasting and praying for the rest of the week, for God to give me a sign. I need a sign. I need something telling me that I don't need to do this or I do need to do it. And I didn't get anything except for love thy neighbor. And so when I got that, when that verse, all that was stuck in my head was love thy neighbor, I called his daughter and I said, I got your dad's kidney and I need to know what to do. And that's how that happened.
That's amazing. And this was back in November of 2019?
This was the end of November in 2019. Mm-hmm.
And how did you go?
And then
you tell us, how did you go about it from there?
So I called the daughter and I told her not to, of course I didn't want people to know I was doing it because I wasn't doing it for people to know. Like, I was just doing it to be obedient to the Lord. And so I started going through with the testing and all, because it's a lot of testing that you have to go through. And so my second round of tests came back on December 5th of 2019, which is just like, it wasn't even a month later. And they told me we was a perfect match, and that my dad and I was a perfect match. And I reassured them he was not my dad. I wasn't even any kin to him. But that right there was confirmation that, it was just perfect. Like, they've never had anyone that perfect of a match as he and I. And so then, of course, they called and told him they had a match and who it was. And, then I had to tell them, I had to be honest about my past, all the drugs I've done and whatnot. And so when I went for all the testing, they couldn't even tell that I had ever done a drug in my life, because God completely restored me.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Literally.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I was always worried about. I was ex-heroin addict for numerous years, and I always have that underlying fear of, how long is my body going to hold up? What damage did I do? Will certain things last? And it's just a fear I've always had, even through years of being sober. It's always in the back of my head when something like that comes up in my mind.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show that, you can do a lot of things. It doesn't matter what you do in life. God can restore you. I mean, He can restore you back to new. And I mean, I'm a walking testimony. Like, I literally shouldn't have my liver, my kidneys, everything should be, not even usable. But God did it.
That's amazing. Yeah, Tim said, Tim's been down that road, and we do a lot of stuff to our body, and you just got to think the damage you put your body through. But for that to come back, it has to be something higher than us, higher than you, for it to be perfect and
right.
No problems.
When you called his daughter and said you had the kidney for him, what was her initial reaction?
Oh, I figured, from the human side of it, that because she knows my past. I mean, I've literally made it in every paper around, so everybody knows. And I live in a small town, so they knew what life I lived before. But her exact reaction was, God has. I said, well, you know the past I have. That's what I said, and she said, God's restored you. That's her words. God's restored you.
Yeah.
So she wasn't concerned either.
That's awesome. Now, when the time came close, right, when it was about the surgery was about to happen, the transplant was about to happen, at any time, did you have second thoughts? Like, did anything cross your mind? Like, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't.
Never. Like I kept it a secret for so long because I didn't. I kind of had to deal with it. It was just kind of like a deal with me and God. Like I didn't. I had a couple of friends who knew that I was that God told me that I had his kidney, but as far as me just talking to people about it, I wasn't trying to get confirmation from anyone because he already confirmed that that I had his kidney, and so I didn't really care what anybody else had to say, just be honest about it. And so I had to kind of deal with it myself because I didn't talk about it. I didn't even tell my kids till 2 months prior to the surgery. Like I didn't even let them know that I was doing it. I never once thought, oh, I don't need to do this. Now the enemy would get me, sometimes when I would go for testing and stuff because I have track marks on my arms, and the nurses would look at them, and the enemy would have me thinking that they're thinking, well, why are you trying to get a kidney when you've got track marks on? Things like that. But it's nothing that I couldn't overcome.
Yeah,
it was all fine.
I still hate going to the doctor in the hospital for that reason till this day.
Now, Jocelynn, one of our viewers asked, Laura asked us, were you scared at all? That's a great question. Were you scared? You've been through so much.
I wasn't.
You weren't?
I wasn't scared. The only thing, and just being honest, the only thing that bothered me to the point of that I was kind of worried was, now mind you, I've never taken a pain pill since November 5th, 2012. I haven't, and I've had a lot of dental work done, and never took any pain medicine. So for about a month, because COVID hit, the COVID-19 hit, and so it postponed our surgery. And so I had time to think about things that probably I shouldn't have, that I normally probably wouldn't have thought about. But I thought about, well, how am I going to deal with the pain medicine? How is, and then that was only for about a month that bothered me because I didn't know how I was going to react to the pain medicine. Then I overcame that, and then I was worried about being home because I work so much and I'm so busy. I thought, am I going to get into depression being at home for 8 weeks and not working? Now, mind you, I work many hours a day, and I've got 2 kids that are active, and so we're never home. But none of that's happened. I didn't sit into depression. The pain medicine I took for 2 days, and that was it. And everything worked out just like it was supposed to.
It's been, what, like 6 weeks since the transplant, correct?
Next Tuesday will be 8 weeks.
All right.
Since the surgery. Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 months. That's the 8 weeks. That's amazing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And how's he?
So
how's Terrell?
He is wonderful.
He recovering?
Terrell is wonderful. He is. My kidney set a record the day that the minute that they put it in an hour, it produced 12 liters of urine, which has never happened in history at Vanderbilt. So he's done lost 42 pounds since the surgery. All them toxins is coming out of his body. Like, he got an amazing kidney.
That's amazing. Do you talk to him? You guys.
Oh, he he lives 2 miles down the road from me. I've got COVID.
But you have COVID.
Me and my husband. Yep, me and my husband, we both had COVID. We got married on the 28th of August, and on the 29th, we both tested positive for COVID.
Well, congratulations on the marriage, not the COVID.
Thank you.
But
he and his wife, they bring us supper. They're just they're just amazing. It's like I have a father in my life. I don't have a father figure in my life.
And now he's that.
And so it's pretty amazing. We've got this bond that nobody could ever break.
The fact 2 miles away, that I heard he was looking all over the country for a kidney, and he thought he was gonna have to wait 8 years. And then he found one like right up the street from the lady he used to arrest. That's like crazy, right? Don't you think the close?
Yeah, 2 miles down the road. It took me about 8 years. He had to do all this. He had to do billboards and everything, and God was like, "Watch me. I got one better than that. I got one down the road."
He had to do billboards. What? Looking for the kidney?
Yes, they told him to do a billboard to look for a kidney.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I didn't know you could do that now. What do you put a billboard up and kidney, call me?
You put a billboard up and say, "I need a kidney," and put your phone number up there.
That's, I guess, but that shows you how desperate and how hard it is to find something when people got to put billboards up.
Well, they told him he had 8 years.
I'd drive them back in my window if I had to.
And then you just came across it somehow on Facebook. Just like, stop. What's the chance?
Yeah, I think they said it had been up like 5 or 6 days when I seen the post. I don't know. I know I didn't even read the post. Like, I didn't read the whole post. That was just.
Jocelyn, we have a caller calling in. If you don't mind us taking it, they have some stuff they want to say to you. Tim, you got our caller? I think we have a caller.
Give me 1 second. I'm working on it right now.
What?
Yep, there we
James.
go.
Hey, caller. Hey, Jocelyn, we got Terrell on the phone.
I thought that was him.
Hey, Terrell, thank you for calling in.
How you doing?
This is Terrell Potter calling in.
Yes. How's everything going, Jocelyn?
Oh, it's going good. Talking about you.
Well, that sounds great.
She was just telling us an amazing story, Terrell, and that you're doing so much better. And, the story's really amazing. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Lord has really blessed me, and my health is improving every day.
That's awesome, man. So tell us, she was just telling us this incredible story. I'm over in Philadelphia area. I came across your story in the New York Post, and it's something that really touched us. And how did you feel about when you found out Jocelyn, you recognized her, that was giving you the kidney?
Yeah, I was very honored that someone would even give me a part of their body to extend my life. But knowing her past and everything, I didn't hesitate in taking the kidney because I knew who had prepared everything. I knew that God had already give her the confirmation she had it, and I knew that we'd been praying for one, and I knew he already had everything worked out. So it was great news.
That's amazing. And you came across her. Did you guys have any kind of relationship back, 8 years ago, whatever it was, besides arresting her, obviously? Did you knew of her a little bit? You get to meet these people, I'm sure.
Yes. I have not had contact with her since she was arrested, and yet she lives about 2 miles from where I'm at now.
That's what we were just talking about, how you were searching all over the world, the country, whatever. You had billboards they told you had to make 8 years to find somebody, and you just found somebody 2 miles up the road that you already had a pass with? That's something higher than us, right?
It's just amazing. It is truly amazing.
Yeah, and even when I talked to Jocelyn, she said she was a life that was changed, and all she wants to do is help one person more today than she did yesterday. And speak about helping people, man. She saved your life, you can probably say, correct?
Oh, yes, yes. I was looking at being on dialysis the rest of my life if I didn't get a transplant. And the transplant waiting list is from 7 to 8 years. So she definitely saved my life. She extended my life in a quick fashion. Saved me probably a lot of sick times, even if I survived.
Yeah. They said she was like the greatest match they ever seen. Right? Her kidney?
That's unbelievable. We was no relationship at all. We're not any kin at all. And yet Vanderbilt said that was one of the closest matches they'd ever had on anybody that was not kin.
Yeah, you can't. That's just like you can't. That has to be something bigger than us, right?
Right. I mean, that's just. It just has to be one thing. It has to be a God thing, in order for it to work out like that.
I think we're living in crazy times right now, and I don't want to harp on the point, but the point that you were a cop who arrested her, and she was a criminal back then. I think that's an awesome thing because that shows people, just because we might be different or we might have did something different. My whole life's about change, and that's what the show's based on. It shows you people can change and people of all walks can get together. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, we shouldn't throw people away just because they make a few mistakes. She made some mistakes in her life, but see, God turned her around, and look what a work she's doing now, reaching out to other people, plus saving my life. It's a dark time for police officers, but this lets us know that there's still good people out there that care about people and are willing to be obedient to what God asks them to do and to do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. If people had given up on her or something, she wouldn't be in this position she was in to save a life. And I'm sure people like you,
Right.
You had faith
and
in
there's no telling how many other lives she's really going to end up saving through her outreach program. She's touching a lot of people there. They don't have other people that's helping them.
Yeah,
so that's a great work that she's doing also.
The Place of Grace, right, Jocelynn? That's your nonprofit?
Yes. Yes, sir, it is.
The number's too big. You told me I was wrong. Was it 800 people lives you have helped?
803 women, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That I've put into treatment.
Jocelynn, when did you realize you had the calling to start the nonprofit? When was that moment where you're just like, you know what? I got to dedicate my life to saving these people that have been through what I've been through.
When I left rehab in August of 2013, most people were just scared to go back home, and they're still living in fear of what might happen, or what happened, or what people think. And I was ready to go out to the ditches and the trenches and help women overcome that through Christ, not with anything that I do, but love on them. I mean, we're called as disciples to go out and love the broken. And, it's hard for Christians to even love the addict, if you want the truth about it. I'm not even just talking about the lost, but to love someone who is disrespecting themselves and who's breaking the law. I mean, that's what we're called to do. And I didn't know that years ago, but I know that now. And I know that how are these people going to have a chance at life if we Christians can't love them through it and help them? And you can't help everyone. I understand that. But I'm telling you, when these people call me, I just love on them, and I don't enable them. There's a difference in loving and enabling. I don't enable them, but I give them a chance if they want treatment. I find them placement. I pay for them to go. If I don't have the money, I'll raise the money. But no one did that for me, and that's why I'm so adamant that I will go to my grave helping another soul every day. I've never not helped anyone. And it gets hard sometimes, but it's okay because they need the love. And so, but God put it on my heart that I was going to run a recovery home for women. He didn't say when, so I don't know when it's going to happen, but I just know until then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And we're a nonprofit. We have a board established, and we're in need of funds and a building, and I know God's going to provide. And even through this, people is starting to donate to the Place of Grace just out of nowhere. Money's just showing up in their account. It is nothing but God.
How do people find the Place of Grace? Say if they want to donate, they want to find out more about you. It's the Place of Grace. Do they find you on?
We have a Facebook page called The Place of Grace, and we also have a website called placeofgracecenter.com. That's our website's on there. It tells our bylaws and our bio and everything, and what we're about, and what our goal is to initially have a building.
It's .com, placeofgracecenter.com.
Placeofgracecenter.com, yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll try to bring that up later. And what were you saying? You have the numbers on there?
My personal phone number's on there. I don't hide any of that. People can call me anytime. That's how people get in touch with me.
And
my phone is never cut off, and I always answer.
Yeah, we got it right up on our live feed right now. We're checking it out. Everybody can see it. That's placeofgracecenter.com.
It's amazing what you do. You know how hard it is for people to actually get into rehab with no insurance, and for the fact that you're reaching out, talking to these people, and raising money to get them the help that they need. That's exceptional.
Yeah, especially being a full-time mom. Your work, you can tell you're good Southern people. You and Terrell. You guys are real good Southern people. We're not used to that. We're from Jersey and Philadelphia. We're not used to this hospitality.
We sure know how to get some hospitality. We just gotta be kind.
Just be kind, and I'm sure Terrell is thankful for you and his family. I'm sure, right, Terrell? You there, Terrell?
Yes, that's why I got in law enforcement, to help other people. And when Jocelynn, it's just amazing what she does. She works 2 or 3 jobs and still attends to these people. She's an amazing woman. It just really amazes me how much energy she has toward her passion of helping people.
It came back full circle almost. You got into law enforcement to help people. Did you ever think all these years later you'd be, in such a place where you needed help and somebody that you helped when they had nothing? You helping her. You helped her by, arresting her. Let's be honest. That might have been what, saved some people, and then it came back and she saved you. That's amazing, right?
It's amazing, and that just lets us know, that we don't need to throw people away, regardless of what their past is. We just need to try to help them and not condemn them. But we're too quick sometimes to condemn people and saying they're never going to be worth anything. Well, look at her. If we'd have done that with her years ago, what would have happened? She's made a return to the people now and giving back to them, because she didn't give up and because people, continued to have faith in her.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sometimes you see people get out of them situations, they turn their life around, but they forget where they came from. They don't try to help other people. They're just happy they're out of that, and they kind of get cocky and put that behind them. It's great to see her not forget where she came from. And they say you go up the elevator, you got to send it back down to help the people that still got to go up.
That's a good analogy.
That's exactly right. And she's certainly doing that, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure. How did your family, just put us in that picture when you first found out? Your daughter found out. How did you first find out that Jocelynn was the one? Did you find out before she was a perfect match, or after? Or?
After she had took the test, my daughter called and told me. She didn't tell me that she was going to be tested and everything until after she was approved as a match. And so it's just amazing, to hear that she was that close of a match. It's just an amazing thing.
That's amazing.
Such an amazing story.
Well, Terrell, unless you have anything else, we'd like. Thank you so much for calling in.
We don't want to take all your time up. Yeah. We greatly appreciate you guys coming on the show. It was amazing. Do you have anything else to say to our loyal listeners at the Hungry for Hope Nation?
Yeah, Jocelynn, Terrell.
We just appreciate y'all getting the story out to other people where it might be of help to them and be an encouragement to other people.
One question they did have.
Thank y'all so much.
One question they did have, one of our viewers, they wanted to know, how's the recovery process for Terrell? Are you feeling in pain? Does it feel like it's your regular kidney? Can you tell something's different?
I can't tell any difference as far as my kidney. It's working perfect. The function is great, and I have no pain from it at all. I'm just it takes a little time to get recovered from the surgery, but other than that, everything is great.
Yeah, that's amazing. And Jocelynn, anything you would like to say before we guys get you back here? You got a lot going on. We'll get you out of here. Anything you want to say, Jocelynn?
I just want to tell the people that are listening, just be obedient to God's word. Be available to listen to the Lord, and you never know what your purpose is going to be. You may be missing your purpose in life. Sometimes we just got to be still, and we have to listen and be obedient. And you can just be amazed at how your life will turn out.
We definitely appreciate you both so much for coming on. It's an honor to actually have you on the show and tell your story.
Yeah, and have a wonderful night. Thank you from all of us at Toxic Radio and Hungry for Hope, and good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. And y'all have a great night.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you a lot, Terrell. Thank you, Jocelynn.
What a story.
Man.
What a story.
What a story. This story was so good. Yianni The Greek actually stayed around for it. Not like that time he left.
If my calling from God's to be on Hungry for Hope, I'm fucked.
Don, I did, all joking aside.
Yianni The Greek's here. Yianni, thanks for staying by.
Yeah,
what do you
no
think
problem.
about this, Yianni?
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat just listening to every word they were saying.
It was such an amazing story.
Right, and I thought the point that you made, Don, was so great of seeing a good relationship with a police officer and I guess a civilian or even a criminal, I guess is what she was before. They're not all bad guys out there, and especially in my corner, right? Sports, you see a lot of that stuff going on. I mean, you can't turn the TV out without seeing it at this point. You can turn your eye blind to it, but it's there, and it's encouraging to see that it's not all bad,
Great point. It's awesome seeing two people who came from, at one point they were completely opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking
That's what I'm
law
saying.
and lawbreaker. It doesn't get more,
Yeah. But
sometimes society pits people against each other, and that was two of them, and now they're on the same team, basically.
The two of them got it together, and look, now they're both living happy lives, helping each other, and helping other people out, and I mean, there's nothing really more beautiful in the human experience.
Now, Yianni, I feel you. You're being all lovey-dovey, but
man, how can I not?
Yianni The Greek, say back in, when was this? Say in 2013, what would you say the chances would be that Terrell Potter would have a kidney donated to him from somebody he locked up? What would the odds be like?
I'm certainly no doctor, but
if I was
less
in Vegas
than 1%,
and I could bet on that,
less than 1%, less than 0.5%.
They said 8 years that he was going to look around the whole world, and
I mean,
what's the odds of finding it 2 miles up the street
on Facebook? No less, it's. Take your shots at Facebook all you want, but look at that. I mean, it really does connect people, I guess. I mean, it really is. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, the higher power stuff, you can't ignore it. You really can't. And certainly they definitely believe in it, and they let them drive it. Let that drive them.
Absolutely, Yianni. Well, let's cut the shit and let's talk some football, brother. That's what the people want.
Let's do it.
We had our dose of hope, and that was enough hope for a while.
Dose of hope.
Dose of hope.
Just a little dose.
So, Yianni, we were back talking sports.
Yes,
where are we at? You control this. You take it. You
let's
ride it like a bull.
Let's manly this thing up a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Now, right. Finished up with the Texans. Right. We talked about that game. I think
the Houston Texans are playing the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow
night, 8:00.
You said
Chiefs are 9.5 favorite. Chiefs
are 9.5 favorites. And my I guess go-to bet here is going to be I'm going to take the first half under. I'm going to try to see if I can shop at that over for the second half. See if I can get a better number than the 54.5, which I kind of think it goes over the 54.5.
Can you translate that for the non-degenerate gamblers?
Yes.
listeners?
So on many sites, most sites, you will be able to find a first half line. I did not look it up, but you can look it up. No matter what it is, go under it. I would assume if the total is 54, then maybe 24, something like that, 24 to 27 points if I had to guess. If one of you guys wants to look it up, that'd be great. Okay.
We'll have it posted live later.
Either way, I like the under. I like a slow start to the game, and then second half fireworks between these two teams, which the secondary is a little suspect. And again, early on, everything's going to be a little rusty, and these are two offenses that can go boom in a hurry. So
I love the quarterbacks, man. I think they're two of the best young quarterbacks. Everybody knows about Mahomes now, but I think
but Deshaun Watson just got paid.
Watson was my guy. I think he's a star, man. I think he's a real star.
Absolutely.
My stepdad wants to know, Terrence Davis, he wants to know what line do you like better, the KC Houston or Dallas Los Angeles Rams over? What over do you like better?
Which over do I like better? I like the Kansas City over better. I think those two other defenses are a lot more complete, those defenses, right? I like the Rams defense. They're star-studded. They're working with a rookie defensive coordinator calling the plays in the NFL for the first time. The Rams are, so that might be a bit of a shaky start with them, too, as he gets and, of course, Dallas's offense is
I was going to say, it
loaded.
pains me a lot to say this, but what about that Dallas offense?
We keep it real here, right, Donnie? That team, that's a stacked team, all right? And we're Eagles fans, and we want them to, fall flat on their face, but that's a loaded roster in Dallas.
I mean, they should have been
They're
Eagles.
High over-unders, too, right, Tim? They're both the two highest of the week, 51.5.
51, yeah.
And Dallas should have been Eagles, CD Lamb.
Oh, I mean, well, they took him out of us.
I forgot about him, man.
We got the guy that's not starting in the first game, though. That's good.
He'll get healthy.
Wait,
Jalen Ray going.
Yanni, real quick. Who else? What other wide receiver from the Eagles got drafted at the 21st pick of the first round?
Oh, we just talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
Fred X.
Freddie Boom Boom Mitchell.
So
welcome to Philadelphia, Jalen Rager.
I mean, I would just like to thank these hands for being so great.
The people's champ.
Freddie Mitchell, man, what a goofball. I ran into him recent years. He was just Fred X, man. He was a bozo.
I mean, he did have 4th and 26. You also ran into Letty Dykstra, who's
He
not.
just got out of jail, a couple years ago, right?
I don't know,
Fred
man.
X.
His thing, he said, we don't need faith. That's when we played Brett Favre and his dad had died, and they said they were the team of faith, and, and he said, we don't need faith, we got 5.
I mean, not to reminisce here, but that game Favre played against the Raiders was
yeah.
I mean, still the emotional game that you talk about, of all time.
Yeah.
You guys remember that on a Monday night? He's
that's when
bawling his eyes out on the sideline.
That's when we beat him 4th and 26, right?
Was that that same year?
Yeah, same year.
Man, I'm getting old.
Yeah, because I remember Fred X giving all the. But all right, so we got that game.
Sure.
You're saying the bet's there. You like the over?
I got them. Yeah, the eventual over. If you could buy it at a lower price, do that. But again, I do think it'll climb up to that 54.5. But you'll be sweating it.
Who wins on the money line, the Eagles or the Washington football team?
I mean, the Eagles should be able to take care of a football team.
What's that line? What's that line?
I believe it was 6.5. Has it climbed yet?
Who, Washington the favorite?
Washington was not favored.
No, they're not favored.
The Eagles are favored. Yeah.
Confusing.
So I could see it even climbing higher.
You're right, though. You're right. I should say who the favorite is.
How do
you got me, Tim. All right, broadcast professional. Okay, all right. We'll move on. Next week, I like the Lions. Lions over the Bears, divisional game. Lions travel to Chicago. No, I got it reversed. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What's up?
No, I need your input in that game after you're done your spiel.
Okay, so yeah, the Chicago Bears travel to Detroit. Sorry about that. Lions actually built a nice little roster together here. Some exciting players. Matt Stafford comes back off the injury. They're poised to be a feisty team a little bit, and the Bears are kind of figuring it out. Mitch Trubisky, obviously, who was named the starter last week for the Bears. Okay, so let's get into this.
So, this is where I was getting to.
Cool.
Nick Foles, $21 million contract a year. They take over.
Think about this from a front office perspective, right? And I understand you don't want your front office controlling what's happening on the field, but if you go Nick Foles, you can't really go back to Mitch.
But if
if you give Mitch that last shot.
The last hurrah.
You can even switch back and forth at that time. But if Foles starts the season, you can't look back.
Yeah,
You've
but if
given up on Trubisky.
If you pay a backup quarterback $21 million a year, essentially, how can you go to Mitch Trubisky?
The message is there, and the price tag is what it is. I mean, again, they didn't take Nick Foles.
And Nick, we love you, Nick.
Yes,
we do.
Of course. I heard this put like the best way possible is not only is Nick Foles like, if he starts a decent starting quarterback and everything.
He's the god, but whatever.
He's also a guy that Mitch Trubisky could possibly beat in a competition, which is what the Bears are trying to do.
So $21 million for Mitch Trubisky to actually outplay a quarterback.
Just think about it from a scouting perspective. Is the Bears traded up, right? One pick to go get Mitch Trubisky. They need to be right. Ryan Pace needs to be right in this pick, or he probably loses his job along with the head coach.
The Chicago pick of Mitch Trubisky makes me feel better about the Eagles Freddie Mitchell pick.
The Bears pick was a bad pick, but they're trying to make it right, and I mean I can't really blame them for that.
Yeah, sign a $21 million backup.
If you put a gun on me and tell me am I going to watch Nick Foles start a game, I'm going to tell you absolutely he's going to start a game for the Bears this year.
You better.
Yeah, but for this game it will be Mitch, and I do like the Lions to cover the 3-point spread. So give me that. Division games are tough. The teams know each other very well, but I like the more talented teams this week, right? I think just talent is going to win out when preparation isn't really, at its peak.
And it's hard because you haven't seen anything. There is no preseason.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So there could be some surprises. There could be some teams you're not sure of.
You want to lean on coaching. You want to lean on talent. You want to lean on consistency. That's what you want to do this week.
And you got Detroit. What other games you got, Jan?
All right, next one. I like the Packers, Minnesota Vikings under 45.5.
Oh, that's a game.
Yes, it's a very good game. The Packers not getting any love for having won 13 games last year, and yes, we're all down on them for the draft pick.
Well, there's some problems with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if he's happy there.
But largely, it's the same team that won all those games last year. They're
13 games
returning
they
most
won?
of them, right?
They're a scary
You
team
forget they were the 2 seed. So they returned most of that team. I like that defense. I think it's a really good, complete defense. One of the best secondaries in the entire NFL is the Packers. And the Vikings defense, right? They've been one of the top units for a long time now. They really suffocate offenses and make you play in that box, and they tackle real well and all that. But they're working in a new secondary. So definitely some intrigue there.
I think Dalvin Cook's going to help run Green Bay to Valhalla.
Dalvin Cook.
You like that?
You mean Minnesota?
No, Valhalla.
I know, but you said Green Bay.
No, they're going to go to Valhalla.
They're dying.
Yes.
Okay.
Vikings are winning that game.
I understand. I mean, I hope you're right because I got Dalvin Cook on a fantasy team. So
you got fantasy. That's a good point. We had some viewers asking. You do fantasy, right?
I do fantasy. I wouldn't say it's like my forte, strong suit, whatever.
Who was the number one fantasy guy this year?
It was Christian McCaffrey in most draft. Most draft looked.
I bet the guy from New York, the Penn State guy, I like him.
Saquon Barkley was going 2.
I got him at number 2. But here's the problem.
You do a draft too, Tim?
Yeah, I've done a couple.
All right, I got degenerates. Laura wanted to know. People wanted to know.
But here's the thing: it's like the Saquon Barkley draft pick at number 2. It's like kissing your cousin. Like, not really sure. Like again, Christian McCaffrey's a stud. He's going to catch. He's going to run. He's going to go all over the field.
Barkley's a stud. What are you talking about?
You're taking talent and opportunity.
How'd Cuz do last year?
Barkley's amazing.
Well, he was hurt. He was dealing with injuries, and that's the risk you take when you take a guy that high.
Yeah, he's like the new age Kajana Carter.
But
McCaffrey is white. At the end of the day, you don't see good white running backs. You don't. I'm just saying, I don't care.
I mean,
you don't see good white running backs.
He's been the top 2 running back in fantasy the past 2 years.
I realize
you don't really know. The stats are kind of.
Do you guys even know who Kajana Carter is?
I do know who Kajana Carter is.
McCaffrey will not be a long-term good running back.
He's been a long-term.
Whatever, but no, it's not been long-term. He's been in the league a couple years. Smoking crack.
That's 3 good years. He's been in the league 3 years.
He catches, he runs.
No, because
that's a professional.
He's no Kelvin
Curtis. He's worked on his
Curtis.
body. He's worked on his game. I mean,
name the last great running back. White running back.
Great white running back? Yeah, Christian McCaffrey. That's who it is.
Before that, name him. We have all day. We only have 5 minutes. We don't have enough time. Get back to us next week.
Oh, you want Peyton Hillis? I don't know.
Peyton Hillis was like a 1-year wonder.
Did he get all mad?
He went all mad and never played again.
First off, Christian McCaffrey's a trailblazer for white running backs.
Exactly.
There is no white running backs. If you're white
Donnie,
out
we gotta
there, you're
bring
playing
Frank
football.
Mink back in here, have a chat with you.
We have to have a whole different HR conversation about Donnie's.
No, I'm just saying. If you're Caucasian and you're playing running back, find a new position. Learn to catch.
I got to tell
Learn
you,
to
or be a number one draft pick
the
like
man's
Christian
killing it.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming
He was
from.
privileged. He went to what?
Killing it.
Stanford. He got.
Let's talk about your anger right now.
I'm telling you. I'll take Barkley all day and twice on Sunday, brother.
That's fine.
Yeah,
man.
let's see if Barkley gets up after the second week of the year.
I'll feel
The
pretty
pride
good
of Penn
about Christian
State.
McCaffrey.
He played at Stanford, right? Is that where he played?
Yeah, first off, Kerry Collins is the pride of Penn State.
You go to Stanford for grades, not football. You go because you're a preppy white guy.
I mean, John
not 'cause
Elway's
you
a Hall of Famer. Zach Ertz is going to be in the Hall of Fame when he's done.
I'm just saying to our
John
viewers,
Lynch is putting together one of the best teams, best rosters in the NFL right now.
Donnie, what position are you playing on Sunday?
I'm not playing running back. I'll tell you that, brother. Yanni, back to the next. What's our other
I
picks?
got you. All right. The other one, all right, well, you know what? We are running out of time
Yeah,
here.
so just give us one good
I'm
one, brother.
I'm going to skip over Buffalo and the Jets. That game's boring as hell. But the upset of the week. Let's go.
Upset of the week. We're here on Hungry for Hope with big time Tim Kudges, Reckless Donnie Hart, and Yianni The Greek with the upset pick of the week in the NFL. Yanni,
And if he's wrong, he's fired. Go ahead, Yanni.
Let's go. Go Tigers, right? Joe Burrow and the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals over the Los Angeles Chargers.
So you're big dick swinging right now over Joe Burrows.
You like Joe Burrows?
I think, yeah, the Chargers have to travel to Cincinnati here. Cincinnati's feeling good about themselves. I think this is an offense that's going to look very different, I think, than last year.
No preseason. He's a rookie.
Do they got AJ?
He looks sharp, man.
Do they got AJ Green?
Do they have AJ Green? They have AJ Green, John Ross. Everyone's healthy for now. You know, they haven't played a game yet.
AJ hasn't played a game in a year and some change, but they got Joe Burrows as rookie.
Hey, listen, it's an upset, isn't it? Well, it's upset of the week.
Oh, upset of the week. Okay.
Yeah, give me the.
So there's your upset of the week. You got the Cincinnati
Give me
Bengals.
the Cincinnati Bengals over
playing
the Los Angeles
home
Chargers. Yes.
against the Chargers with the points. What's the spread
Plus
there?
3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5. I'm going to take it on the money line at plus 155.
Yanni thinks Burrows is a stud. Go with it.
Let's go.
Yanni, you know, you're also the guy who said, 7 years ago that a cop would not be saved by a criminal that he arrested with her kidney, and look what happened. So you're not always right.
I'm always just making random predictions about who needs kidneys. And
You
whatnot.
actually gave us a plus 300 line on that.
Yeah.
That'd be a terrible line. I just told you it'd be a less than 1% possibility for it to happen.
Yanni?
Listen, calm
Who's
down.
your bookie, man?
Thanks for your picks, brother. Thanks for the input on our little bit of hope, our dose of hope. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you, I think, next week. We'll find out how your picks did. We'll find out how the Bengals did. How the Chiefs. We'll find out tomorrow how the Chiefs did.
When it comes to football, the only thing that I ask from everybody is just don't say the line looks juicy. It's very uncomfortable.
Juicy.
A lot of people take offense to it. Our listeners are saying it looks juicy.
I'm going to
Right
only
there.
say juicy from now on.
All right, Yanni, get your juicy ass out of here.
It's like saying moist.
And we're hungry for hope. Been our pleasure. Big time Tim Kudges, Reckless Donnie Hart. We had Jocelynn James stop by or call
Terrell
in.
Potter.
And Terrell Potter. They were amazing.
What a show.
If you didn't hear that, go back and, that was freaking
I
hope.
can't believe it was just 6 weeks ago. Crazy.
6 weeks ago, she got a transplant from the officer who arrested her back in her days of doing criminal shit. Now she saved his life. That was awesome. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We're out of here. See you next week.
Go Birds.